wine glasses.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thanks. Ooh.
Is that good? You're drinking Menage a Trois Cab.
That sounds, yeah, it tastes really good.
I've had their blend before, but I got the Cab. But Alexa, darling.
Hi.
Cheers.
Yes.
Welcome
Salud.
to Adultish Wines.
Thank you for having me, girl. I'm excited to be here.
And you're on the other side.
I
Normally
know.
you're...
Oh, wow. I didn't even sip. That's rude.
God, I know. Bad luck.
I am on the other side, and
How
it
do
feels.
you feel about that? You feel weird? You feel like you're gonna want to be asking the questions?
I know, right? Hopefully, like I'm gonna behave myself. It feels it's actually fun.
Okay.
Actually, just showing up and just like being able to talk and give my, just speak about my life. I think, and just
more
share
of your story.
Yeah, because I'm always listening to other people's stories.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love that. But it feels good to be here.
Okay. So you were the host of the Darling Talk Show.
Yes, I am the
which
host.
is what I'm talking about, you being on the opposite end.
Right.
You are a content creator, digital creator, lifestyle fashion,
all the things.
A brand curator, right? Is that what? Or
brand coach. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got a normal 9 to 5 too.
Yeah. I do a lot, girl.
You got skincare.
Yeah.
Did I miss
Dang. What
That's
else do I do? That's about it.
Those are all the things you do.
Yeah.
For work.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Taxes too. Forgot about that.
Taxes.
But it's okay. It's all right. Talk about that.
I cannot. I spent this last week getting my numbers together.
Yeah.
And as you know, having an LLC.
Girl, it's a lot. And
I didn't have the credit card at the time, so now I'm pulling all my reports, and it's
a lot of work.
That's nice that you can do it yourself. You're equipped.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand the back end of it. Like, I understand how it works.
Yeah.
So it is actually very helpful.
Yeah, that's a good
to know.
Skill.
Right. That's why when I got into it, I was like, I think it would be good for me to learn this, because I'm all about learning new things. Girl, if you ask me if I can do this, I'll say yes. I don't ever say no, because I feel like if you can learn the skill, why not? Because people lie about taxes, and when it comes to like numbers and stuff like that, you can easily like just not know what's going on.
I'm impressed that you said that, because if somebody can do something for me, like knowledge-wise, I'm like, no, you got this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you take this one.
You can always have somebody else do it. I don't do my own taxes.
Oh, okay. But just being knowledgeable about it. Being able to like double check, fact check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll be like, okay, cool.
Okay. You smell good. What perfume are you
Really?
Oh, girl. Your skincare?
No, we're not there yet. Okay. What I have on is oh Lord, what's the name of this? What's the name, girl? Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. YSL's Libre, the new one. It's like a silver one. It smells amazing. It has like a very like masculine but also like feminine touch to it. So I like the balance of both.
It's both.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't smell it no more, but
oh no, it's
but
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always get when I wear this fragrance, I always get compliments on it. So
so
might be my signature one moving forward. I don't know.
I need to get new perfume. So every time I smell someone good, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go get a sample of that. Try it out. But that's something like I'll just put to the end of my list, and I'll just use what I have, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know.
But I'll tell you, I used to be like that. But girl, invest in fragrance. Like, it literally goes a long way.
Okay.
Yeah, for real. And you don't have to have a lot.
Fragrance and skincare.
Yes. Like, I don't have like a whole bunch. I'm actually like building my fragrance collection right now, but yeah, it goes a long way. It makes you feel good about yourself when you smell good.
It does. Like, I know the feeling of getting something new, and I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yes.
And it lasts for so long.
Right.
It looks beautiful.
It's an investment.
On the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like it.
What is your skincare? What's included in the Darling skincare?
So Darling Skin, it's my baby. This is like my first big thing that I did. It's organic. So I create the products at home. So it's a body butter and a body oil. And it's just like the body butter is made out of like mango butter, shea butter. Those are like the main 2 ingredients that I have on them. They smell really, really good. Smells really good. And then I also have the body oil. I kind of neglected right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's like in the back burner right now, because I've been focusing on the Darling Talk Show, and that you know how much this takes time and effort to do. So
Yeah.
and also I realized that having a product-based business is a lot. Because think about it, I'll do the products myself. I have to do the marketing. I have to do like the designing of the labels and stuff like that. Shipping it. It's a lot of work.
Fronting that cost as well.
Then on top of that, like the finance, all the logistics behind it, like it's a lot of work. So I just like, all right, cool. Like,
well, that's why I was curious about it, because I feel like all those things I just listed, you do so much.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do all that? How do you make time? I guess that maybe sometimes, like, because I know the Darling Talk Show, you kind of record a few at a time.
Yeah.
And there's seasons, right? So I guess there's room to, like, put some things in, take some things out. But, like, I'm overwhelmed with my one job, my one 9 to 5, and my one podcast.
Well, I will tell you, that's a good question. For me, you always make time for what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds cliche, but it's really true. Like you will make time for it. I'm very big on balance. So what I do is like, all right, like I'll focus on one thing at a time. So although I do a lot of things, I don't do everything all at once. Like, and I don't know if that's always a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure, but I try to just do one thing at a time or focus on one project at a time.
Yeah.
So right now, my biggest thing that I'm focused on right now is the Darling Talk Show. And that's why I like to do batch content creating with it, because I don't have to, for like weeks, I don't have to worry about doing anything about it. Mm-hmm. So like, let's say I'll take a few months or about a month or 2 weeks or something like that, creating for the Darling Talk Show.
Right.
And then I have, because I do I release an episode every week. So that's, let's say, 10 episodes. That's 10 weeks. So I have 10 weeks where I can focus on something else.
Yeah, that's smart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how because I do the same thing with my content. Like I batch shoot content as well.
Right.
So like right now, girl, I have my content for the week. I have a lot of content on my phone right now. Yeah.
So like sometimes maybe you're only getting ready 1 or 2 days to do a couple weeks of content.
Like last weekend on Saturday, I got together with a couple of girls from Houston. Shout outs to Key. She planned this like content creation day. And it was me and like 5 other girls that went to this like content house and created content. So like in 2 hours, I created content for like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's where it's at.
No, it is, girl.
That's
like
a lifesaver, time saver, mental saver.
And like it gives me time. Like for my job, all I have to do is get up in the morning, go to work. I mean, I work from home, but I post at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then I'm good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
you're making it sound real smooth and cushy and easy.
You gotta be strategic. Like you have to maximize your time. Like that's. If anybody out there watching, like you have to maximize your time, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to do or focus on other things at the same time. Or it may seem like you're doing everything at once, but you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to.
Time management.
Time management.
That's a hard one too. I mean, I know it's hard, but yeah.
It's hard. For a while, I was like making a list and then starting one thing and then not finishing it and moving on to the next thing. You know, like even as far as outlining an episode with you, and I would like start thinking about it and then I would move on. And that was not serving me. I was so scatterbrained. Yeah. And my sister was like, finish one task. What are you doing?
I think we all have that issue too, though. Like what we have, like, is it ADHD?
ADHD or
ADD, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Attention deficit disorder, ADD, yeah.
Yeah. I think we all have it at some point. I think entrepreneurs, we all have it. For sure.
Yeah.
Because we always, our brain is always going. Like for me, my brain is always going, girl. I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And even working from home has been a challenge for me, because some days I'm like, okay, I need to finish this at work. And I'm like, then my brain goes into doing content or finishing this thing. And yeah, it's a lot.
It's
so
just balance.
Balance is, yeah. And then also outsourcing. So like, girl, I've been telling myself like, all right, Alexa, you need to outsource some things. You cannot do everything by yourself, baby girl.
Yeah.
So I recently got me an assistant.
Oh my God, good for you.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's so good. So like my schedules, girl, I don't have to worry about that no more. She keeps me on track. So she's like, hey, this week was this. So we meet every Monday. And we kind of go over like what I have on during the week. If anything comes up, I tell her, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's really, really helpful.
Wow.
Why?
I need an assistant.
I mean, I'm telling you, as creators, we all do. We all do. And there's people out there, you'll be surprised, there's people out there that are willing to help. When you're doing something good for yourself, you'll be surprised people that want to learn about things that you're doing, like the behind the scenes, the back end work, and they are willing to help you out.
Right.
Of course, you have to be careful who, because I don't just trust anybody. I just don't want anybody in my business. Because I mean, if you have an assistant, you kind of have to like allow these people into your world a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you have God in your life, you'll trust it. You'll know who to bring and who not to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's helpful.
I know you're big on faith.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you post what was it? A soft girl era prayer today.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Ooh, girl. Look my thing down. Ooh, okay. So I've always been a girl that loved God, and I've always been into like my prayer life and everything like that. But it wasn't until recently that I started going to church. Like maybe like about a month ago. And I started going to Blueprint Church, a new church here in Houston. I don't know if you heard of it, but man, like the first time I went to church, it was with my ex because we were going through a little hard moments in life in a relationship. And I was, we should go to church. Let's see what happens, right? Okay. Child, that didn't work out. We only went one time. But I did not let that stop me from going to church. Because to me, it's like salvation is individual. I'm not going to let you, just because you don't want to come to church, I'm not going to stop going to church. Because then that's that's not a good thing.
You found comfort and happiness and good from it. So
yeah, I did. So I kept going, and it's been 7 weeks of me going to church consistently. So I'm proud of myself.
Every Sunday going there.
Yeah. Okay. And I enjoy it. Like I look forward to going to church now, which if like the old me did not like going to church. I always wanted to go. Well, not that I didn't like going to church. I just never really found a church that I really liked.
Okay. I hear that.
And so I was like, I'm going to just pray at home. Watch it online or whatever. But then this year I really wanted to tap into my community and just having that faith-based community. So I started going to church. And then so I recently became a single woman or whatever. So I was just like, I realized that I have never been a soft girl. I haven't been in my soft girl era.
Okay, what does soft girl mean to you?
To me, it's just being able to just sit in my feminine energy, like all the way, like where I am not having to tell a man what to do, just like
ask him to make plans.
I don't have to do any of that. I just need to just sit still, be cute, be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Let a man lead.
Yeah. I love that.
Walking in my own, in my own lane, just focusing on myself, like pouring into myself. That's really it. And then not only that, like letting God, of course, also pour into myself, right? Like allowing God. I feel like you cannot be a soft girl if you don't believe in God. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know if y'all watching, I don't believe in God. That's on y'all, whatever.
I am spiritual, but I have not been to church in
a long time.
I mean, like I was not raised religious. I don't have, I would say I believe in God. Yeah. But I wouldn't say I have like a relationship with him.
But that was me too. So I don't blame you because a lot of us know about God, and I don't want this podcast to be
no. It's fine.
But the thing is,
that's part of the podcast is like hearing about like what drives you, what motivates you, what helps you, like how. I mean, I want to go backwards and talk about your life story and talk about like how you got to who you are today. And if
I mean, but for me, growing up back home. By the way, I'm from Honduras, y'all. But we'll get back. We'll get back to that. But growing back home, I was raised in a like Catholic religion. I will always go to church to that. But when you become an adult, you kind of like find yourself in what you are interested in your own beliefs, right? So for me, I outgrew that. And also when I moved to the States, I really wasn't going to church. My parents didn't really go to church. So, but my parents have always been also spiritual and, my mom has always been a woman of God. Okay. But I don't know. I never really felt the need to go to church until recently. But man, it's crazy though. It's deep. But for me, I'm still like, of course, finding my way into that, you know, because it's not like it's not black and white.
Right.
It's definitely a journey.
I love that. I mean, that's just kind of encouraging. I'm not saying I have any intention on starting to go to church, but it's just kind of an encouraging thing that, like, you started something, you feel so...
I love it.
Involved, so called to it. Like, that you are making it a part of your
everyday my lifestyle. It's
That's
dope.
cool.
I mean, I think it's dope, especially when you have people that are also in the walk and just kind of like learning more about God. And the thing about the church that I go to is like it's a lot of young people, so he's a lot of people like us. The pastor is very young. He's like 30 years old.
Okay.
So he preaches in a way that you understand what he's like, the word of God. But I love it. It's cool. And then I don't know, I love it. Okay. I really enjoy like going to church. So that's how I started with my ex, but I just kept going.
But now you're single.
He ain't even in, girl, and look at God. God just, baby, he said bye, bye-bye. I'm telling you, when you put God first.
He's looking out.
He be looking out. Like I really thought that was going to be my husband, that I was going to have his kids. And I would always say like, how can I wait to have his kids? Girl, God loves me so much because imagine if I would have, I'm not sitting here talking bad about him. I don't want to bash him because he's not a bad person.
Just not the right situation for you.
No.
Yeah.
At all. Not at all.
What was the biggest thing you learned about yourself in that relationship? And, you know, no need to bash him, but like yourself, what was the biggest thing you learned?
The biggest thing I learned was that I do need to be a soft girl. I need to be led. Because I've always been the type of girl that I've been dating potential my whole life. And I think that was like one of the biggest things that I've learned with him, because I don't know, I just feel like I really had so much faith in him, like at like what he could become.
Right.
And no,
I want to say this. My friend said this recently, and I do not know who your ex was, so I have no idea. But like she was like, Paige, no more projects. No more projects.
I like that.
And I was like, no more projects.
Yeah.
I want somebody complete. Yeah. I'm so complete.
Yes.
I go to therapy.
Yes.
I got a podcast.
You're doing your thing.
I do my thing. I pay all my own bills.
We need men that are ready, that know what they want. You know what I mean? That are not going to have a problem with leading you. They want to lead a woman. They want to be a man, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of men in the world that just want to be in relationship with women just to say, oh, that's my girl. But not really because they are ready. And I found myself like with a man that really wasn't ready to be a partner. Like when I first met him, I told him exactly what I wanted. I was very clear about the things that I wanted. But we also dated too long. And I think that was a red flag. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
dated too long before being committed?
Yeah.
Okay.
We dated for like 6-7 months, girl. It was that long. I mean, I don't know.
6-7 months is a long time.
It's a long time dating somebody that when y'all don't have no commitment. But I mean, y'all doing the things, y'all are having sex. I mean, we were doing all the things. We were like acting like we were together, but there was no commitment.
So had you asked about that?
Of course.
And he was not ready?
I will get the runaround. You know what I mean? It was like, it was never like a very secure answer. Until one time, I remember I was going to New York Fashion Week and I like asked him like, seriously, like, yo, what are we doing? Because I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I need to make sure that this is something that, you know, we're here for real.
I'm not wasting my time.
And not wasting my time. And then he actually agreed. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm happy. Like, oh, that's my man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
We together now. And so, I always found myself like afraid of asking certain things with him. I was like, because I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if that's my man or not. Like, you know, like it was a very weird situation where I didn't really feel like I was entitled to ask certain things. So I was very patient with him. I was very like, I gave him a lot of grace, girl. I gave him a lot of grace, but it wasn't for me. Okay. Like, I'm a woman that I'm a lover girl. So I want all the things.
I want a lover boy.
Yeah, me too.
No more projects and lover boys.
Lover boy. Like, that's what we need, you know? So that's why I'm making a space for myself now to I'm chilling though. Like I'm just taking my time. I'm not rushing into anything else. I want the next thing to be the thing. So I'm really gonna ask a lot of questions in my next dating phase. I'm gonna ask a lot of like the right questions. You know, I think it's also very important to place ourselves in spaces where we're gonna find men that want what we want, right?
Right.
Because I met him my ex. I met him at a party. But then again, you have to think like back in 2022 when I met him, I was a different person. So I'm a different person now.
People say that, you know, people say like, you're not going to meet your husband at a bar or that kind of thing. And like, while I agree that like my husband, my ideal partner, my man
right.
is not out every Friday night partying it up at the bar for sure.
Right.
Right. Like that's not the person I want, who that's still their life. I'm 34, you know, however, you might meet them out at a bar. They might be there for a birthday celebration. Yeah. That's the one time they've gone out.
It could be you never know.
That, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I have a hard time with, like, I do agree we need to put ourselves in spaces where we want to be and where the people we want to meet are going to be. Mm. But, I mean...
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, you can... this is the thing. You can give people a chance. And but that's also been my problem, though.
And you said grace. I give so much grace.
Yeah, no, we gotta stop that.
I know.
Because it's like we're wasting time. We're wasting time. And I mean, granted, let me not say that because I don't think anything is time wasted. Like everything or everybody that we come across is a lesson. Like they teach us, you know, I learned from experiences. So I don't think anything has been a waste of my time.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I'm not in a space right now to keep going through that same cycle of like me giving a man grace and me like being too, you know, like you say the project, like I don't want to do that no more. I need, girl, mind you, granted, I'm not old. I'm about to be 28. I'm still young.
Yeah.
But I'm in a space where I want to, you know, build with somebody and, you know, eventually have kids, and because I don't want to be an old mother either, but
you want to start building. Seriously.
I want to start building. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was... Okay, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna let you ask the questions.
I am gonna ask you, Bella. I know what you were gonna say. Okay, so let's go back to you're from Honduras.
Yes, Hondureña.
Okay. Wait, is that the name?
That's how you say it in Spanish. Honduras.
Okay. Hondureña.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Girl, you're gonna learn some Spanish words, okay?
You know what? I know a little bit.
Oh,
I took Spanish in school, but I probably know actually, I took Spanish in middle school and high school, but then I also worked in restaurants my whole life. So I have a little bit of like official
you understand a little
Spanish,
bit, yeah.
But then I know a little bit like casual.
Oh, cool.
Spanish,
okay, cool. That's good.
But I can understand more than I speak.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
It's a good. I want to get on
Duolingo.
Yeah,
you should.
It's such a valuable.
It really works. Like you can learn a lot of things on Duolingo.
Okay, so who are you? Family life, siblings? When did you move? Tell me that part of your story.
So I am from La Ceiba, Honduras. I moved to the States when I was 14 years old, back in 2010. So I've only been here it's going to be 14 years this year.
Okay.
When I moved to the States, I didn't know how to speak any English. Anything. Yeah. No English, nada, girl. Nothing.
Wow.
So I went to school here.
It's gotta be so hard.
Yeah, it was very challenging. But I would say this, like as you know, I was younger, so it was easy for me to kind of pick it up. School helped. I went to high school here. I went to a very ghetto high school.
Okay.
So that's how I was able to pick up the slang very fast. Because you can learn English, but you'll learn like the proper stuff. And I did not want to sound too proper. So I did that, and then graduated high school, blah, blah, blah. I have, how many siblings I have? I have one sibling on my mom's side, and I have like 4 on my dad's side. Yeah, 4.
Okay.
So that's pretty much like me, my life.
How often do you go back to Honduras?
I go every year.
Oh, nice.
Every year. It's literally right there. It's only 2 hours and 45 minutes. So it's like, it's literally right there. So I don't really go years without going back home. Like, I need to go back home every year, girl. I need to touch that land. I need to be there. You know what I mean? I need to just be in the space. Yeah, it's different. It's a different life over there. I feel like when I go back home, people always tell me like, "Oh my God, you look Honduran." Like, I mean, because it's like
People, when you go back home,
because it's different, and I don't care about anything. I don't put no makeup on. I just be living the life. Okay,
Yeah.
It's a
what
different
is it?
life.
What's the vibe? What's the life?
Very much island life. Very. Very, I guess I wouldn't say, what's the word? Rural? I never knew how to say that word. But it's like, it's very like that. A lot of trees, a lot of nature, a lot of like organic food, you know, which that's what I look forward to the most, the food, because I love to eat. The people are nice, you know what I mean? Very welcoming. The weather, the beach, the palm trees, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Sounds like you miss it a little bit.
I mean, I literally was watching my old photos last night when I was there back in 2022 because, oh my God, it was the best trip that I had in a while. And I just I need to go back. Like, it's time for me to go back.
Yeah. You have the itch.
I do.
Okay. So who family-wise is here with you in the United States?
My mom and my dad are here.
Okay.
But I don't really talk to my dad.
Okay.
I don't talk to him. So I don't really be with his side of the family, but my mom is here.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my girl. And I have, of course, my siblings on my dad's side of the family that I speak to. I speak to a few of them. Then my sister back home. She's back home. So like my family from my mom's side of on my mom's side, they all back home.
Okay.
So it's just pretty much her here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are close.
Right. That's my girl. That's my best friend.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
That's my best friend, girl. Hey, Mom, what's up, girl?
Okay, so you're here in the United States. You're in high school.
Yeah.
And when you told me this when we met up for lunch, I couldn't even. I was so shook. You were married before.
I was a whole wife, girl.
At what age?
So I got married at 19.
I need to hear more about that.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell my business. I don't care. But so I met my ex-husband at 16 years old. I had just 2 years after I moved to the States. I was very young, very naive back then. Of course, you know, I was just like new to the States. Didn't really know.
2 years here,
yeah, didn't know. I was already starting to speak a little bit of English. My accent used to be very, very heavier. Like it was. I used to sound very mira, like. You know? Yeah. But no, for real. It was like that. And I used to be like, oh man, I met him through a friend of mine at the time. And so we started dating, and like that was like the first man that ever told me that I was beautiful. The first man that was like really on me like that. Cause not even in high school. Yeah, in high school I never really had guys like after me. I guess they really didn't find me attractive. I was like the different girl. The black girl that spoke Spanish in high school. So I don't think I was really like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It was not their thing. You know, nobody liked me in high school. So this was like the first man, even like besides like, well, not even my dad. I don't think my dad ever told me I was beautiful. But I grew up with daddy issues, right? And so, of course, I'm hearing all these things from him and I'm all in love.
Yeah.
16. I mean, he was older. He was like 20. I know what you're gonna say, but I was like, don't worry about that, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a little bit more mature than for my age too. And I was like, no, like you're gonna be fine. Don't worry about that. I want you, so I've always been very like that, very like I want this, so we're gonna make it work type of thing. And we made it work. My mom was not too happy about that. My dad definitely wasn't happy about it at first, but he was very respectful. He would come to the house and we would like, you know, he would come, like he was dating me the right way. Okay. Like he would come to my house and we would go to like spaces where like my parents were around. So he wasn't like, it's not like he was not showing his face, you know? Yeah. So of course time passed by and then I turned 18. I feel like I was grown. We're still dating. And then at 19, we got like, he proposed to me. He proposed to me like, because I graduated high school, so I think like a few months after I graduated high school, he proposed to me. Like it was an actual proposal. Like it wasn't like big or like nothing like that. But now that I think about it, that man didn't even get on his knee to ask for it to be his wife. Oh. Yeah. That's how low my standards were back then. Shit. Dude didn't even get on his knee, girl.
Oh my God. Okay. Like, do you think he forgot?
I don't know. I don't think it was intentional. I just think that maybe he was, I'm sure he knew you were supposed to get on your knee, but I don't think that, I think he was trying to be cool.
Okay.
You know how guys be like, oh, I don't want to be a punk and get on my knee. You know, maybe that's what his thought was. I don't know. Okay. But he didn't ask me to. And my dumb ass like, oh, yes, I want to marry you. Yes. I was so in love. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
We got married, and at the time I couldn't wait to get out the house because my dad and I we never really had a good relationship. So I wanted to like leave the house, and we ended up like, we were going to have a big wedding, but I was like, nah, man, fuck this wedding. Like, let's just go to the courthouse and get married and stuff. My mom was there. My mom is so supportive. Like, she's always been super supportive. I had a few friends that showed up too, and that was that. Got married and then moved out the next weekend. We moved in together.
Wow. How long were you guys married?
3 years.
Oh my God.
You actually lasted, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was like I thought you were going to be like,
no,
months.
It was actually 3 years. I got divorced at 22.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't work out, you know. He was a good provider. He was a good provider, but just wasn't he wasn't growing. We were not growing at the same pace. So, you know, like when you're young, every single year you're growing, like you're developing, you're becoming a different person. Mm-hmm. And he was already like stuck in his ways, you know, like he was like already made, I guess you can say that. So, he wasn't understanding my growth because he wanted me to be the same Alexa that he met at 16. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Like so impossible.
Yeah. Like, I'm not the same person anymore. So I was like getting into my whole content creation thing, like my YouTube videos. At the time I was doing like makeup tutorials on YouTube. So I used to like always like set up the entire like, you know, lighting and the camera to do my videos. And he was very like negative about everything. Like, why are you making those videos? You're not gonna make no money out of that. Like super, super negative. Mm-hmm. And, I'm like, boy, please. I've always been like, shoot, you're not going to stop my grind. So I kept on going and I kept on going. And then I think by the time I hit 21, something like triggered me. I'm like, girl, what are you doing with your life? Like,
this is not it.
What are you doing? Like, you're young. Like, why are you married? And then I started working at this job in the juvenile probation court. And I was exposed to a lot of different people. And a lot of different men. And I'm looking at all these handsome fellas and I'm like, yeah, nah, sis, you can't. This is not for you. I didn't want to be married. And not that it's not. And also I think that because I didn't feel loved by him because he did not know how to love me.
Yeah.
It was another reason. Like my love just started fading away. And then I was like, nah. And then we tried therapy. He didn't want to do therapy. I said, all right. Cool, I'm out. No, I didn't leave right away, but you know, kind of, I still stayed a little bit. Yes, and then when I was like done, he was like, "Oh, let's do therapy. I want to," you know, he was willing to do whatever, and I'm like, "It's too late now. I don't want to. I honestly do not have the energy to be here." And I'm like, "I don't want to hurt you," because I know myself. Like once I'm mentally out, anything can happen, and I don't want to cheat on you, but I don't want to cheat on you, boo, because I respect you as a man. So I don't want to do that to you. I just left. We just filed for divorce and that was it. 3 months and I was divorced, girl.
Oh my God. So you said that he didn't know how to love you. And I have a question that kind of struck something in me.
Yeah.
And I obviously know little to nothing about you, but I'm thinking of myself as a 19, 20, 21-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we were in way different spots. We have different stories. Do you think you knew how to love yourself? Like,
no. Absolutely not.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like as you're 16, you're in love. And, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's a rush. And you feel this like kind of daddy issue thing. Like you said, like a man loves me and you've been craving that and you feel so good.
Yeah.
And then you realize that like, wait. I'm not being loved how I want to. Oh my God. Well, maybe that's because I don't even know how to love myself.
Yeah. That's exactly why. I did not know myself. Yeah. So I realized when I got divorced and maybe like 2 years ago, I realized that the reason why I even got married so young was because I had daddy issues and I wanted to run away from home and I wanted to do things the right way. With him, I mean, you know, it just was, but it wasn't like it for me because I realized when I got older that when you aren't properly loved at home by your own father, it's like you grow up and then you like looking for that love in men. And I think a lot of women can relate to that. Like a lot of women, you know, that haven't been raised by their father, right? Like they grow up fast and they kind of want to go find this love in men, and then it becomes a cycle. Sometimes these women don't even realize that they have this issue and they blame men and they hate men. And I'm not gonna lie, for a long time I hated men too. And then I started to like tapping into myself and like learning myself, reading books about self-love, like about trauma and about all these different things. And then I started to learn. There was this book that I read. It's called The Child in You. That book changed my life.
Maybe I need to get it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It talks about the sun child and the moon. Is it sun and shadow child? Okay. So it kind of breaks it down. And it talks about like how those kids that are like, they grew up in happy homes and everything like that, and they're like being important to themselves, they are like the sun child. They're happy kids and they grow to be, you know, better than the ones that the shadow child. So it's a good book. Like you should look into it. I'll send you the link, but it's so good. It breaks down everything about the child in you and the things that how we grow up as how that affect us as adults and even in our dating lives and everything. So girl, yeah.
Do you feel like, and I'm asking you this because I'm obviously relating to it a little bit. I grew up without a dad, and what I knew of him and the time I did spend with him was he was not a good man. Yeah. Has anyone you've ever dated, like recently I just saw something say like, it was on a show in the Nightcap, and they said like, it was a list of things that men won't date. And it was like women with purple hair, like, and I think it was a spoof on the Cheesecake Factory list, you know, like, but it was like, women who didn't grow up with a dad and stuff like that. And I was like, that is so not my fault, you know? Like, I got a little defensive about it on the couch. I was like, that is not my fault. I was on the show talking about it. And I was like, that's so fucking stupid, you know? But like, have you ever run into that? Because I do, and I have run into men being like,
I can't date you because you don't have a... you didn't...
I mean, they didn't say I'm not going to date you because of that, but they're like, ooh, you know, kind of baggage.
Yeah, so my ex he was raised by both of his parents, but they were not together.
Okay.
So, but his parents are very active in his life, but at the same time, it wasn't the best situation for him. But he's a father. He has a child. So I would see how he would father his baby. And it was like, that also would turn me on. It was like, wow, like, I can't wait to have my kids because I know you're going to be a great father, right? Yeah. But for me, I remember like even dating him, like there were times where he would like throw it in my face, right? Like, well, you didn't have a dad. And, you know, like, and it would trigger me because I was like, well, I told you these things so that you can understand what kind of, like, what I'm
use them against me.
Right. So that in a way kind of made me feel like, I don't know if I want to tell men these things anymore because, you know, like, are they going to use it against me? But I also understand that, like, not all men are like that. Of course, he was just being petty. Yeah. Not that I care because we move. We won't let those petty comments get to us, you know? But it's...
I just feel like I'm working on those things. I'm in therapy. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think as long as you're working on those things,
you acknowledge
that like what you are dealing with, I think that's really good because some people don't even know or don't even acknowledge it. They just want to play it off and, you know, oh, I'm good, you know? But girl, yeah, it's been a struggle though. But I feel like I'm just finally now like healing that because I texted my dad last year, actually. Sending him like, it was like a forgiveness text that I sent him.
Wow.
And it was before Thanksgiving. I didn't get a response. He left me on red. But I didn't care. I was actually very proud of myself because I was like, wow, Alexa, you did not get upset. You didn't cry about this. And I even saw him recently, actually, like maybe like a few months ago, I saw him in person. I was like like I was just being myself, like, hey dad, how are you? And he was just like so nonchalant, like, hey. But it did not trigger me.
Wow.
It did not trigger me, it did not change my mood. And that's when I realized that I have made progress.
100%.
Yeah. Because the old me would be like mad at him. I would have been like, nigga, fuck you. You know, like, it was not that. It was, yeah.
Wow, that's really
Yeah.
impressive.
I think as long as you put in the work and you, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had to pray a lot about that because it was hard for me to forgive him for years.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to walk into a new year with that baggage. Because I know for sure that's what's also hindering me from finding my person. Because when you hold on to those things, it's like you attract that. I don't care what nobody say. You attract what you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been attracting.
I still believe that.
Yeah. I feel like I was attracting the wrong man because I was still angry at my father. And it's like deep in there, I was mad at him. But no, girl, I don't care.
Wow.
I did my part. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so good.
I'm proud of me, girl. Because
Yeah,
it's been a lot of work.
Shed pounds and weight off of your own body.
Oh, yes. That's why I cut my locks, because
I wanted to talk to you about your lock journey.
People were asking me, like, why you cut your locks? I'm like, you know, honestly, for me, when I like my hair in 2020, right? The pandemic year.
Okay.
There's a lot going on that year, as we all know.
Yeah.
But I was also going through a season of self-love because I hated my hair so much at the time. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to love myself, if I'm going to be in love with myself, my hair is part of me. So I need to love it as well, right? Because it's a part of me. So I was like, oh, what can I do? And I just like, let me get to this vlog journey. And I was doing my research and I was like hearing people talk about like how the journey is a very spiritual journey and you kind of, you know, you tap into yourself about all these things. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna try it. So did it, girl. The journey is really a journey because it's not easy to lock your hair. Like it's easy to lock it, but it's not easy to go through the journey and like trust the journey, right? So I've always been a very impatient person. Like I've always been like, I want things to be like right now. I had like issues with commitment and stuff like that too. And the journey of locking, you have to commit yourself to this journey. You have to commit yourself to like the growth of it, like, you know, taking care of them. Cause they're, you know, I don't know, they're like babies. I don't know. It's really, really spiritual. Right. So I'm like, all right, cool. So all that happened, my bad. Okay. And then like from 2020 to 2023, I lost friends. I was dating as well. I was lost. I was going through a lot myself internally. I was going through a lot. And then, but the journey of like my hair, of course, they're growing, they're thriving. I'm loving myself more. I became a lot more confident with myself as a person, right? But it was just a lot going on, girl. There's a lot going on. Whew.
Yeah.
A lot of ups and downs, people that were coming in and out of my life. I feel like I couldn't keep relationships. I lost a friend, like my best friend of 10 years during that time as well. I lost my grandmother. It was a lot of loss happening. And so I was like, all right, cool. All right, cool. We got it. So I said, 2024, I do not want to walk in to this new year with all the baggage from the previous years. And hair, for me, the locks carry energy. So I was like, I don't want to walk into that with that. And I also believe that hair, it sounds crazy. But I feel like it represents newness. When you change your hair, when you change your looks, when you do something, it's just like, I'm new now. I'm a new person, or I have new energy in me. I don't know.
People put a lot of, even separate from the spiritual, I think that people, for myself, I put a lot of my beauty expectations
into your hair, right?
Onto my hair.
Yeah.
Like my hair is my hair. I mean, it's like front and center. Like I want to love my hair.
Yeah. So imagine if you change your color to red right now, you will look a whole different person. You know, it will probably be a whole different page, right? Yeah. So I was like, yeah, let me cut my hair. And when I tell you my life just shifted after I cut my hair. Oh my God, I could tell you, girl. I could tell, like, literally.
Was it emotional?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was. And January was hard. February was hard. Even this month has been hard.
When did you cut it? In December?
November.
Okay.
But I would say this. You know, like the winter. Okay, let's just say the winter season was hard for me. Mm-hmm. But I feel like spring, honey, it's something about the spring that it's just, I'm happy. It's just like, it's going to be a great season. New things are growing, new things are developing, new things are happening. And I just cannot wait for this season. Like, yeah. And they're there for a reason. Seasons are there for a reason I'm just excited. So yeah, a lot of things have changed. I haven't told the world this, but I guess I'll share it. I don't care. Whatever. I landed my first 6 figures job. Ooh. Of course, my marketing job. Yeah, girl. I mean, I left my toxic relationship. I guess it got toxic. So I'm gonna just say it was toxic.
Yeah.
What else? I'm moving to my new apartment. Yeah. Things are happening.
So things happened that were hard, but that's why you're in the good spaces that you are now.
Yeah.
At a new job.
Yeah.
Good money. Out of a
working from home. I mean, I'm talking about I was working at jobs that I never liked. They were very stressful to me. I didn't, as a creator, when you're working in, and I'm sure you can relate to this. Like as a creator, when you're working in an environment where you don't like, or that you're not doing what you love to do, is draining. It becomes so, and then you're not even getting paid.
Honestly, I feel very fortunate with my
thank God
9 to 5, 8 to 4.
Oh, that's
whatever
good.
You want to call it. Like I love my coworkers.
I love that.
It is very flexible. I can work from home twice a week.
I love that.
I'm actually
never had that in my life.
I'm actually so good with it.
Yeah,
but I can imagine.
Yeah. So I was like, I remember crying at home when I when I was doing my onboarding process, and I even shared a picture on Facebook. Because my Facebook is like very private or whatever.
Okay.
So I shared that video, that picture of me crying, girl, and I was just like, I could not believe that I had landed my 6-figure job without a degree. I don't have a marketing degree. Just my experience. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like when you leave things in God's hands, He will literally blow your mind. Blow your mind. Blow your mind.
Wow. And it's something that the job is actually something that you're interested in.
I love
It's not just like
No, it's like what I do. So like the same things that I do for like my talk show, for my own personal stuff, I do it for the job. Yeah.
I love that.
I know. I'm happy.
A win is a win is a win.
I know. But just that's that. So yeah, things change after I cut my locks a lot, and I'm just grateful. I'm just so grateful, girl. But people ask me all the time, do you miss your locks? I'm like, no, I don't. The journey did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the journey. I learned a lot through the journey, but it was time.
Okay.
Yeah. We move.
We move.
That's my thing. # we move.
I love that.
We move because life goes on. You just have to keep going and keep moving. This wine is so good, girl. You got me feeling good. What? That's the bottle right there?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to take a picture of that. That's good. It's good, y'all.
Oh my God. Okay, good. Okay, so I think I want to talk about. So I didn't even say how I kind of was introduced to you or met you. I moved. So when I moved here from California, I don't know how I first came across your Instagram, but I did. I just started following you from a personal page, I think.
Wow.
And I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember, but I was like, I love this girl. She's so real and transparent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and I love, those are the creators that I like to follow. Before I even started a podcast and thought of myself as a creator, which is weird to say still, but like, I just love people who are real, transparent, show their everyday life. Yes. And so that's how I kind of was like, I like this girl. Okay, cool. And I just followed you, and I don't even think I really interact, like, besides liking your stuff, didn't really interact with your stories and stuff. But then I was on an episode of The Nightcap, and you were leaving, and I was walking in, and I was like, hey! I've been following you.
Yeah.
And
which is crazy how that happened too, right? Like I was leaving and you was coming in. Yeah.
And
I think it was meant to happen. Like I'm very big on that. I don't think nothing happens by coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I felt like I'd get along. You know, you look at someone's page and you're like, I'd get along with that girl. We'd be friends,
Oh,
you know? And
yeah.
I did think that about you. And then I was like, is it weird to say hi? No,
No,
I'm gonna do it.
I
'Cause,
love, yeah, I don't, you know what? I think it's so sad, but I feel like right now in this era with social media, a lot of people feel like creators bite, like influencers bite, like, you know, because I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people on the internet that are mean girls, right? That, and I'm gonna talk about it because it's been on my soul to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of girls that are content creators and influencers that are not welcoming, that are not nice, that think that they let the following get to their head, that they are not humble anymore. And I'm like, I always say, I never want to be that person. I never want to be that person. I always want to make sure that I am the same person it's like that. If you see me on a reel and you think I'm cool, I want you to have the same reaction when you meet me in person.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think that, oh, wow, she's different in person.
Well,
or
let me tell you, to your credit, you were. I followed you on
thank you.
Instagram, and then I met you. You were sweet, and then we met for lunch, and we sat there for probably too long. I think I kept you too long, and we were just
it was good though,
chatting, and it was just so you were. And so
and I think that's just me. Like, I'm a girl's girl. You know, I love people. I love people in general, like just not women, but even men. Like, I'm just very welcoming. And I think that's also because where I come from, like we're very humble people, and we don't care about what you got. Like, honestly, I don't, and that's even like when it comes to men, like I don't care about what you have. I care about you as a person. So, and I'm always open to like meeting new people because everybody has something different that they bring. So I'm kind of glad. That's the biggest compliment that I can get, honestly, that if you feel like you got some good, energy from me.
Yeah.
I love that. Because it's like nowadays girls are weird. I went to this influencer event. Like, I went to the Cover Girls event.
I saw that.
Girl, it was a whole bunch of mean girls in there.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. It was a lot. It was a few girls that I connected with and stuff. But for the most part, you can always tell.
I would not have done well in that
I'm very big on energy, right? So, like, you can always, like, let's say if I'm there and I'm looking at you, clearly if I make eye contact with you, it's like, you smile back. Like, damn. Like, you don't gotta be with the cat. Girl, it was a lot of those people there. And there were some girls that I connected with. They were super, super sweet. To this day, like, we show love each other, with each other on social media and stuff like that. But girl, it was a lot of mean girls.
I hate that. But
I think it's also normal. It's just part of the game.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah. So I'm used to it now.
But just don't become it.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
In my first year of having the podcast, I went to a wine festival, and someone told my co-host and I at the time that we remind them of Tinks, who is this influencer, and she is, or content creator, I'm not sure I know there's a difference, but I don't know what it is. Yeah. But anyway, she's just like natural and real, and I was like, that is the best compliment. Like, I love that. That's you. Me. Yeah. And I would be me.
I feel like, and those are the best people though. Like, people that you can actually like view through a screen, and then when you meet them in person, they are the same. Like, they give you the same energy. Like, I don't ever want to be, oh, I'm better. No. Because, girl. Yeah. I'm just Alexa, man. I'm just, honestly, like, I really, sometimes I don't like titles because they place too much on you. I'm just Alexa. That's it. But I do like meeting people all the time and, creating like connections, because it's like you never know. Right. You just never know. But yeah.
Well, and that's a shame. I just feel like you shouldn't be a mean girl because you really never know who you're going to be in a room with.
Never.
Ever.
Oh my gosh. Like, tell me about that. Ooh, girl.
Don't be giving someone side eye and ignoring them.
Because you will be sitting next to them in years from now. Oh my God. Let me tell you what happened to me one time. Yes. I went to this like, it was one of my cousins. This is like family related, but small world, right? So I guess she's related to me through my dad's side of the family. Okay. And I don't know. I guess she knew some people, or they were actually. Well, I know the people that she was invited to the house or whatever. This don't even make sense, child. But let me try to make sense. So I go with her to a family's event, and I had no idea who these people was gonna be. I just let me just show up. When I get there, it is this guy and his sister that I previously met, because I think I did a photo shoot with him before. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea that you guys were connected to, like, I never knew that they were connected to, like, to my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, like, they're also family from her mom's side of the family. And I just thought to myself, like, wow, this is why it's very important for you to be nice to people, because you never know. Like, I was just like, what if I was mean to these people?
Yeah.
Like, what if I was an asshole to them? And then I'm like coming to their house. You know what I mean? Like,
ooh, that would have been awkward.
That would have been weird. So I was like, no, my mom always tells me, always be kind to people, because you never know who you're going to see. You just never know. And it happens to me all the time. Like, I guess if people know who I am, my face is always so familiar to people. So, like, I always make sure that I'm being kind
just
to others. That's it.
Self.
And if I don't feel like I want to see, I just stay home. I promise you. If I don't feel like being around people, I don't even leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
I say, because I don't want to give people weird energy when I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't move like that. But yeah, girl, you're right about that.
I was just at my friends, the Poor Horseman podcast, live recording, watching their podcast, and there was 4 or 5 of us watching them record. And I'm the person who, like, when somebody new walks into the room, I, like, stand up and I'm like, I'm Paige.
Yes.
I will always introduce myself, not to be the first person to do so, but it's just what I do.
Courtesy.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was doing that. I did that with everyone there, and again, like, I could have, if I don't know, just
stayed there,
sat there at a bump on a log, and just, I don't know why I would have in a social event. But at the end of the podcast, one of the girls goes, "Do you have a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "I subscribe to you. I follow his wife who was on your podcast. Da 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 da." She's like, "I thought I recognized you," and I was like, "That girl was so cool in the podcast. I subscribed to you."
Wow.
But it's like, I had no idea.
Of course.
And I could have just been like, "You can't sit with me.
Yes.
You can't sit up with us."
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm telling you, there's people like that. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some of those girls that were at that cover girl. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see them like years from now.
Oh, I'm sure.
At something, I promise you, maybe like maybe God is going to open some doors and I'm going to go to like some type of like creating something event, whatever. And they might be sitting some of them might be sitting next to me. I'm going to still be nice to them though. Because that's just who I am.
Well, something that I do this is ringing a bell too. This girl that I met over and over and over again. Every single time I would meet her, she would reintroduce herself to me, and I'm like, "I met you before. I met you before. I met you before." Every single time. It was probably a total of 6 or 7, maybe 8 times. She would introduce. She was in my home one time. She was visiting her friend who was my roommate.
Oh my God!
And she's like, "I'm so and so," and I was like, "No, I've met you. I think like every year for the past 5 years now." And this is my home.
What should be saying?
But, like, I will always say, like, I'm never going to be like, "Yeah, nice to meet you," and pretend. So, like, next time when you're at an event, be like,
yeah, I met you before, girl. Yeah, you was a cover girl. Yeah. Yeah, weird asshole. You was being weird. Yeah, no, for sure. I think I'm very big on connections, man. I'm very big on, like, just meeting people and just, like, being kind to people. Also, you just never know what people are going through. And then, like, I've actually, which is so funny because... Yes, I knew about the cover girl event because another girl that I know was invited and she gave them my name. So this is why I always say it's important to create connections, because initially they didn't even invite me. They invited me, but it was because she gave them my information.
Love that, by the way.
And mind you, the girl and I, we're not even friends, but we're connected we're connected. But I always say, like, if you're just kind, you'll be surprised the opportunities that can come to you through somebody else. So just be nice. That's all. Like, it's not even hard.
Just be a good human.
Just be a good human. For real. Like, it's not that hard.
I say this thing, always be a gentleman.
Always be
and it's like on the back of my hoodies and stuff like that. Like, even as a woman.
Yes.
Be a gentleman.
Be a gentleman.
Introduce yourself. Open the door for someone behind you. Wave when they let you in on the freeway. Be a gentleman.
Just be nice. I love that. That is so funny. Hashtag hello.
Yes.
Girl, yes. Because people are rude these days, but...
It's just not worth it. It takes so much more effort to be rude, I feel like.
Girl. But I also feel like people that are like that is usually because they're not happy with themselves.
Yeah.
And they project that energy. So... Because I read a lot of books and I read a lot of like helpful books. I honestly understand the brain now. Like, I don't take things personal like how I used to before. Like, I'm all right, yeah, something wrong with them. So they gotta be dealing with something. If they're like moving like that, don't even take it personal.
Right.
They're just dealing with something, and it's okay. Like yesterday, I was on my page on Instagram scrolling, and I see this girl that copied one of my friend's hairstyles, and I know she copied it. I'm confident that she did because
She just said,
I know she did.
I'm confident
I know.
she did.
Why am I getting close to the mic? Like, but so I made a post, and I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, it is normal. My friend is bombing. Like she's bomb, and she has a lot of followers. She's killing the game. So people are going to copy her. I mean, it's normal, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was laughing with her about it this morning because I was like, girl, that girl copied. But I mean, because we know the girl. We both know her.
Imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
Absolutely.
One. But it's tough because I think in the social media content creation world, it's like everyone's trying to be unique. But I also think that, like, you're not the only one. I mean, I don't know the hairstyle, of course, but, like, I see people, doing similar reels to other people, and it's like, okay, like, we're all kind of gaining inspiration from each other. And it's a form of flattery.
That's what I said.
But also give credit.
That's a compliment. But, not everybody gives credit.
I think you should give credit.
Yeah. They're not going to do that because I would say this. There's a lot of people that I know for sure love what I do, but will never like my post, will never comment, but they will watch everything I do. Every single story, they would definitely watch it, but they're not gonna like it or nothing, honey. And it's because a lot of people are prideful, and a lot of people are also they just don't know how to like I don't know, just spread love, right? Like, if I like what you're doing, if you post something, if I like it, I'm gonna share it, I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna comment. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But imagine if I'm always just watching your stuff. Every time you post, and I'm the first person that's watching your stuff, but I don't like anything.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's weird behavior. That's fan behavior, actually. You're a fan. You're a fan. That's what I call that fan behavior, because ain't no way you're gonna watch everything that I do. You're not a supporter. You're not. You're just a fan. Thank you for my numbers, because the number, trust me, you watching it helps the algorithm. So thanks. But
if you're looking and you're not liking, you're lurking.
Here's the thing: you don't have to like every single thing, right? We're not gonna put too much pressure. You don't gotta like every single thing. But come on now. If you're watching every single thing that I post, come on. You can at least like the story. There's a heart right there. You can at least like it. You gotta say, you don't even have to say nothing. You can just put the little heart.
Yeah.
Girl, but they don't. They just copy you.
They're just fans.
They're just fans. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of fans.
Love it. I don't know that I have a lot of fans.
I'm telling you, you probably do. You don't know.
I would say I have a lot of supporters.
Well, that's nice. I have a few fans. I have people that I have supporters. I do, and I love my supporters, because it's not like I have a lot of people, but my community is very supportive. But I definitely have a little, and usually those fans are people that you know personally.
I was gonna say, I think I might have some fans. And people from your past, and they're people I know personally. Girl,
people from your past that maybe you were cool with them at some point. They're no longer, and something's happened.
No,
but
just people that I'm still cool with.
Oh, okay. Well,
just fans, but like,
but if you're cool with them, that's different though. Okay. I don't think. But I'm talking about people that maybe you have history with them.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, for sure I have those people.
But they always watch your stuff, but they don't like it though. Yeah. They just.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching my stories after I unfollowed this one person that I was hooked on, a man. I unfollowed him.
What happened to him? Look at me asking you a question. I'm sorry. I'm
the Whiners know. They know. Rugby guy.
Okay.
He was a project. Period.
Oh yeah, we don't need no more projects.
Project, so
I love that. I'm gonna start using that now.
I know, it was good when she said that. I was like,
yeah. My exes were all projects. No, not all of them. I have a few exes that I wish it would have worked out with, because I'm not gonna lie, I fumbled some guys. Okay. Yeah, I did. I fumbled a guy before. It wasn't on purpose though. It really wasn't on purpose. But I fumbled him. But then at the same time, I think that he wasn't for me. It just wasn't. It just things
worked out how
happen.
it's
Yeah,
supposed to.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard people before. I'm not perfect.
But I was addicted to seeing if he saw my stories and why he isn't texting if he's watching my stories.
Girl, don't that be happening?
But my friends basically forced me to unfollow him and then remove him.
I
from
love
a
your
follower.
friends.
And I've never looked back. I've never thought of looking at his Instagram profile since.
That was who.
Highly recommend.
That is so cute, by the way.
Thank you.
But no, yeah, I know what you mean because I've done it before too, where I won't unfollow a guy or like somebody that I talk to. And mind you, girl, I have a lot of people that I've dealt with in the past on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They still be watching it. They still be liking.
I do too, but they're not people that I like. No offense, care about.
Same.
Like if we're still connected,
Yeah.
probably I don't care. Like
Yeah.
there's no one that I'm watching for at this time.
Yeah.
But I also think that's such unhealthy behavior, and I didn't. I'm so happy that my friends did that because I was like,
they love you.
whoo.
Yeah. Because it becomes like I wouldn't say an addiction.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess
And I was
an
a
addiction.
fan of his.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, you was his fan, sis.
Gross.
Oh my God.
Gross.
But it happens though. I feel like we all have that one guy that we just like so much that we know is not good for us.
Yeah, and I just wanted to fix them
And I think that a lot of times they do that too because they know that the effect that it has on us.
100%.
Like, thank God my ex don't watch nothing I post. Even when we're together, he will barely watch my stories.
He might now that you guys are not together.
He might watch. I know for sure he's on that feed, honey. I know he be clicking my feed to look at that, but he's not gonna watch because he don't want to be seen as I don't want her to know that I'm watching.
Yeah.
So he cares about that, but I know he be watching my stuff. So it's okay.
So it's okay.
It's okay. I don't know. It's just whatever.
It is what it is. Okay, I wanted to ask, and I think you already kind of gave a tip at the top of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Social media, content creation, influencer life. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Blocking time management. But because I know you started back in the day, YouTube, making tutorials, stuff like that. And obviously you've grown. And I don't think that there's a level, like I'm not saying like you look successful. You're in it. You're doing it, which means you're successful. You're a content creator. Like,
wow, you think I'm successful? Thank you, girl.
I mean, you're going to the CoverGirl premiere.
I'm gonna let you finish your question because I have a tendency of like interrupting people, but I'm working on myself.
Well, it's really, I was just gonna say, couple tips of what to do and what not to do for somebody in this industry.
As content creators.
Yeah.
Like you mean like
things
like
that
content or just mean just in general?
No, content creation, like social media.
Things not to do.
Maybe something that you've come across that you were like, oh shoot, I'm not doing that again.
Oh. Okay. I think for me, what happened?
Like off the top of my head, like lowering, you talked about it.
Okay.
Oh.
Girl. Don't post that man. Do not post that man.
Do you follow Cammie Crawford?
Huh?
Do you follow Cammie Crawford?
No.
She was a pageant queen and she's like a host of a few different TV shows.
No.
She is like, she posts only like chin photo. Like you can't see her man. She's like, when you see my man, it'll be my wedding photos.
Yeah. I'm that. I think I'm officially in that. Okay, let me tell you something. Before my ex, I posted a few guys before. I wouldn't post everybody that I was dating. Of course, I'm not that dumb. But the guys that will make it to like the relationship title kind of vibe, we would, I would post them and stuff like that. And with my ex, I think I posted him a few times. Very rare. But girl, no, I don't recommend. Why? Because for me, at least, right, in my own experience, it has never worked out. And then I look dumb. But I don't even want to say I look dumb because for me, yeah, you're right. I don't look dumb. But for me, just it didn't work out. It is what it is. But I just feel like post him if you are okay with it not working out and you don't feel bad about it. And you don't, you feel like, okay, it is what it is. It's whatever, right? But if you are looking for something serious and it doesn't work out and it's constantly happening for you, then I would just wait. Yeah. I would just wait until maybe, you know, like, you know, like until you get proposed, or until you guys have an agreement, I guess, or you know for sure that this is like the man for you. But even in my past, like all the guys that I've pretty much dated, they never really liked the spotlight or being posted. Oh, I'm too private. That's a red flag for me.
But I was gonna say, but I would be like, oh.
I'm sorry, like that's a red flag, because with my ex, that was the topic of conversation, that he really did not like to be posted. He really wouldn't post on his own page. To be honest, he really wouldn't. He wasn't like a social media guy at all. But I also felt like, well, why you don't want me to post you? Why is it such a big deal for me to post you, right? And we were together for about 1.5 years. So it's not like it's not like I was posting him like a month later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we had already like built a lot of, I felt like it was safe for me to post him. And I did a few times, but most of the time I would just post him on my stories. Because that shit 24 hours will go away. So if you go on my feed, you will not see anything.
Because then you will have to delete something.
Girl, yeah. And then that stays on your feed. People can go on there and look at your feed. So if you're going to post your boo thing, girl, post them on your little story. I would recommend do a little soft launch, like with the little hand and you know what I'm saying? Like don't post. You can even post. You can take a picture, but don't post his face.
Right. Don't post the man's face.
Don't post that man's face. And I cannot believe I will never. I cannot believe I'm saying this, because I've always been a girl that, don't get me wrong, I live in the moment, and I'm very much like, if I'm with you right now, if I like you, if we're good right now, I don't mind posting, because we're here. I live in the present, in the moment. But you don't want to keep doing that all the time either, because then people gonna think that you're the problem,
right?
Because they don't know them. But if you have a platform, like me, I have a platform. People gonna be like, girl, dang, again? Yeah, again.
Okay. And then one tip to do. Something that you've done that's really worked for you, or you like how it goes for you.
Be consistent and use the hashtags. People always talk about hashtags don't work. They do. They do. That's how that's how I get invited to a lot of events. I truly believe that hashtags are how people find me.
Really?
Location hashtags, like Houston. If you're a model, Houston model. Makeup artists, Houston makeup artists. Like, trust me.
Okay.
The location hashtags do work, because there's people that's always looking for talent. There's people that's always looking for somebody in the city. Like, how did I get invited to the nightcap? Actually, I shot my shot for that one. But prior to that, I've been on Fox 26 News with Coco Dominguez. I don't know if you I had a whole segment, girl. I was in the Bayou Bus, something, whatever. Bayou Bus, whatever. Okay. So they found me. I didn't even have to do anything. They literally found me. And then at the time I was doing my event, I was planning and promoting my event, my vision board event. So I was like, Houston events, things like hashtag Houston events. So that's how I'm pretty sure that's how because I don't know them people.
Right.
And then I know Coco now. Coco's mad cool. But then even I did one with Telemundo before that I did not even know how they found me. I did one with KSOU before. Like, hashtags work.
Okay.
Events, regular events.
Stay consistent with posting and hashtags.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. And create quality content. And shoot your shot. Yeah. Like, people always be like, I'm scared of rejection. I'm always been a girl that's been afraid of rejection. Trust me. But I'm like, no, Alexa, girl, come on. Just shoot your shot. The worst thing you can get is a no. And it's okay if they say no. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. And thankfully, I don't always get a yes. But you never know. Just try it. Okay. Yeah, shoot your shot, girl. Don't do that don't shoot your shot with no man no more. By the way, nah, I'm done doing that. Because I always shoot. Most of the time I shoot my shot. And when I say shoot my shot, I'm not saying like, ooh, come talk to me. No. It's very much like I present myself. Right. And I let the men pursue me. Okay. So like, if I'm at a bar and I see a handsome man, of course, if he's sitting next to me or I'll be like, hey, you're a very handsome guy. That's it. Or, hi, my name is Alexa. Do a little flirting with the eyes. Mm-hmm. And that's it. But I'm done doing that. I want a man to actually come get me. I want a man that's going to be like, you have beautiful eyes. Yeah, thanks. You have a nice smile too. And then you kind of, if you like them, if you don't like them, girl,
Right.
let them and go. Cause child, please, you gotta know. But yeah. This one is so good.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that one is so good.
Okay, good. Love a good pick.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your wine of the week?
Oh, what's been bugging me? Dang, I don't know.
Take a minute.
I don't think nothing is really bugging me, but I'm just in a space right now in my life where I'm like in like isolation mode. Like I'm very like just mind my business in my house, like by myself. Like I don't really have anybody that I'm talking to. I'm just by myself, like enjoying my own company.
Okay.
And I like that for me because in the past, like, you know, when you live by yourself, like, I'm sure you can relate, but like sometimes it can get lonely or it can get like, oh, you know. Whatever.
Rarely for me, because I don't feel I like being alone.
You like being alone?
I mean, not alone like as in life, but
Yeah, you like being in your own space.
if I'm not, yes, I like being in my own space.
And I do too. And especially now that I live by myself. But I'm not gonna lie, some days I kind of be like, dang, like, but then I'll be like, girl, just, I'll call somebody and talk on the phone, whatever. But that's it. I think this time is like really, really necessary for me right now. Like just to be by myself and just to like enjoy a long time with myself, like romanticize my life.
Okay.
And just that. But I don't think anything is really bugging me. If anything, I'm just waiting for this season to just keep getting better and better.
I'll take that.
People have been trying me in the last month. Not last month, maybe like 2 weeks. But like I said, we move. We don't let people we don't let people get under our skin. We just analyze things and we go from there. But what's today? Wednesday? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe about tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but today. But it's been a good week so far. It's been very smooth. I swear, like you know what? It's actually been a very smooth week.
Okay.
Like I'm actually like okay, like this is good. You know. So yeah.
Okay. Good. I like that.
That's actually very interesting that I'm saying that because my life be all over the place.
Well, we did do a lot of whining throughout the episode. You know, just like talking about just people and vibes and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But that's good.
This was good. Thank you for having me.
You're
this is
welcome.
Good. I like
Conversation was good. Wine was good.
Oh, great! I cannot wait to watch this over.
This episode is going to be out on the 28th next week.
I don't gotta wait that long.
Yay! Okay, so what are all your social links? Where can we find you? All of the things that you're involved with.
Okay, so y'all. Everything is the Alexa Darling. I think Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Okay.
The Alexa Darling. If you would like to catch my talk show, that is the Alexa Darling on YouTube. It's not the Darling Doctors. Yeah.
Okay.
And also make sure you guys follow the Darling Talk Show on Instagram too to stay updated with the talk show and all these things. And that's about it. But everything is the Alexa Darling.
Okay.
Literally.
And I'll put your handles in the show notes. But...
Thank you.
Yay! This was so fun. We'll have to do it again.
Yes.
We'll have to go get lunch again.
Yes.
Get some drinks.
Girl, and you live
Maybe
in the
we'll go
Heights.
to Reset.
Ooh, that's my spot.
You've been telling me about you.
That's my spot.
The guy that I was talking to was involved with Reset.
Where we
and then
going?
I met with you.
I'm going, girl.
Let's go.
I like to go during the week. I think they have a good Thursday night. It's nice. I think Fridays too, but they always have something during the week. And I know the guy.
Rooftop, right? Or patio?
It's a rooftop, and it's getting better outside. Like the weather is getting better outside. Yeah. We'll talk about this off camera.
Okay, Whiners, gotta go. See you next Thursday. Love you. Bye.
Bye.